Hey, Taurus, welcome to your soul path reading. Okay, as I started tuning into your energy, it was 12:21, which is a mirror number, right? And the song Doll Parts started playing in my head, which was a song that Courtney Love wrote about her initial relationship with Kurt Cobain, because it was almost like he knew, like, his whole life, right? Like, that he was going to fall for her. He was going to find her. And he had this obsession with doll parts. And when they were, courting, I guess you could say, he sent her doll parts in a heart-shaped box. Okay. But she didn't think that he cared about her. Right? Someone needs to hear that. And so very interesting. And neither of them are Taurus. Okay, they may have Taurus in their chart, but neither of their sun signs were Taurus. They were both water signs. Okay, so just very interesting. In the bottom of the deck here, we've got, okay, the bravery of, like, taking your world into your emotions. So, very interesting. Even it could be seen as taking the world into your emotions. So you might be coming out, right, of this sort of hidden space and just kind of letting everyone in on, how you're feeling. Okay. So quite interesting. All right. This same card came out in the first spot for Aries. So if you have Aries in your chart, you may resonate with that reading. It was a very beautiful reading. Okay. But it's going into this comfort energy of rest. Okay. Having taken this tall climb, you're just zen, like you're just resting, right? And again, with the 4 here, you've completed a cycle, completed the piece of the puzzle. Okay. Formed a new foundation, and you've had this illumination. So now, again, I feel like you're resting. And there's an unknown here about what you're going to find on the other side of this transformation. But again, they're showing me this energy of almost like an X-ray. So again, I feel like you're preparing to start being more transparent. You may not have been speaking your truth for a long time, but you are preparing yourself to being more transparent to others. And you've got to get yourself through the ice. And what I love, so horse and rider is my symbolism for yin and yang, for divine love. And again, right, like, she's sleeping under the ice, right? I've climbed the mountain, I'm sleeping. The masculine doesn't see where the feminine is. The feminine's sleeping, but the dream could very much be, right, in the darkness, which really does align with the Aries reading. But the masculine energy, the horse, right, is seeking out their feminine energy. Whether this is within you or a divine energy, person, place, or thing, right? Oliver's back there dreaming. It's very interesting. So let's see what else comes out. Tell me about this great climb up the mountain. The bone collector. Okay, so it's like you've been collecting, right? The bone collector story is about the old woman who gathers all of the old bones of, like, all the wolves, right? And when she gets them together, then she creates the wolf and it brings it back to life, right? And again, wolves are a pack, but they can be on their own for a while. So I'm seeing the cycle that you could have been alone for a while in separation. Okay, and somebody is coming out to help you. Yeah, again, they're saying you're going into the unknown, right? You've completed a karmic cycle. and you can't really see where you're going, Taurus. But you're coming out of the darkness, and it's almost like, right, like you're blind for a minute, okay? And out of that dark matter, you don't know which path to take. Now, there is one path here that leads to a storm. That path could be the quickest way to your destination, but again, it might bring with it a little bit of a tower energy, okay? But it could be the fastest path. And, you know, this divine masculine is like searching, racing, right, for the rider. Well, it's already right there, right? The magnifying glass shows that the clarity is already here. The compass is already here. Okay, details, details. Again, mirroring of the karmic energy. Okay, mirroring of the transformation in the moonlight, right? Underlying, okay, again, going into the sacred pool. Again, I feel like, right, you're becoming very transparent to show the world your light, to show the world your truth, your emotions. And it's been a lot for you to kind of carry. And there is, so I almost do feel like they're showing me, there's one of the card decks that I have where the Six of Cups, there's a woman and she's sitting between like two cliffs. And she's got her head on the one cliff, okay? And like there's this energy of you're gonna come out of the water in between these two cliffs after you get through this storm. But this has been your path all along, right? Because you have to go through all of these emotions, all of this rain, all of this work in order to create the biome, to create the growth on this planet so that something will grow. And it's taken a lot of strength, and you're going to go through this portal and then you'll get to this other side, right? There's an unexpected challenge in this, so I feel like you are going to choose that quicker path. I mean, of course, in a retrograde, everything can speed up, so that makes sense. So, bone collector here. Six of Wands in reverse. Okay. It's been holding this transformation kind of separate, right? All the bones have to be put together for this to transform. Yeah. Okay. There's almost was a refusal to disband the old heartbreak in order to allow the bones to come back together. And so the feminine energy, the Empress energy here, did have to go into this sleep. Okay. This healing of the heart space, the upper heart chakra, in order to move forward and coming out, right, into the darkness. Why is the feminine, the Empress, in the darkness? Male or female doesn't really matter. Because they're refusing to take off the blindfold that they've been wearing, right? And that's how you might end up on the quicker path, because you're not looking at where you're going. Page of Wands. It doesn't really matter whether you go fast or slow, right? This is a beautiful growing energy that has been meant for you. That's why you completed the right piece of the puzzle. You shed, and now you have this new skin coming out. Seven of Swords, but you're being very protective. You don't want any curious eyes, any prying eyes looking at what's going on. But by doing that, it's almost like you're blocking yourself from seeing. Okay, the storm fields, Ten of Swords. Okay, this is the end of the old masculine. Okay, I'm sorry, Taurus, but here you are with a sword through the eyes, right? You cannot see. You cannot see where you're going because you're at the end of the cycle, the end of the pain, the end of the agony, the dark matter, okay? Finally being transparent, full in reverse. You realize some of your, it's almost like you realize the way you were approaching things before. Oh, I'm getting chills. Okay. It was like you were looking at it from like your inner child, like baby eyes, right? And they're showing me here, okay? Right? You've got new skin here, but as you go into the storm, do you see how it turns into that beautiful kundalini, like very quantum, beautiful energy? So you can't see that there are two paths here, so you're just following the one, but I feel like it's meant to be. I feel like you're meant to go into that storm. Okay, tell me about the clarity that you're kind of missing on this compass. Two of Cups, okay? At a crossroads, kind of missing whether or not those cups are full or empty, right? Because you're in the darkness. The moonlight, Ace of Wands. It's going to take a little bit of that fire, okay, to spark the ability, the torch to be able to see. Yeah, you're kind of just crawling over all these cups right now, trying to use your night vision to see. And it could be leaving you here with this Five of Pentacles, feeling very, very alone. Okay, but I do not feel like you are. It's just there's a blockage that you're not seeing what's going on here. Okay, yeah, the moon, right? You're looking at this. It's really interesting. So, right, there's the dark matter for you, right? The shadows, right, are trying to awaken you, trying to pull off your mask, right? But you're under, again, right under that surface, in that like moon, icy terrain, dreaming, unable to see the truth about this heartbreak, about what you're manifesting here. And the Empress is manifesting a truth, right? And she needs that moonlight to see this truth. Okay. The secret here, Seven of Swords. Okay, King of Fire. Again, you hold the spark here anyway, and there's almost an energy here, and this could be your person as well, of not wanting to share the fire, right? Like, I don't want, if I'm not happy, no one can be happy. Sort of an energy, right? And you haven't found that truth yet. So you're like, if I'm not happy, nobody can be happy. Okay, again, this could be your person, but we've got that Ten of Swords, Eight of Earth. Okay, it seems like no matter how hard you work, you can't quite get anything to grow. But that's just kind of how roses are, right? Like the former owners of my property planted these rose bushes in the most weird places. Like they were very feng shui, right? But they usually have like one or two roses that even bloom on them ever. Doesn't matter what we do, that soil here was not meant for these rose bushes. And you can't just chop a rose bush down like it's got these deep roots that'll just keep coming back. And so you don't see anything productive happening here. But they're showing me all the different pollinators that are having access to these couple of roses, right? And so you can't see the real beauty in all of this, okay? Because again, you've been looking at this from eyes of believing there's no real start here, the Fool in reverse. Yeah, okay, the Ace of Air, again, you're waiting for the truth, and anything that doesn't come in that you think is right, all of this shadow work, you're like, no, 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 you're not the truth, you're not the truth, you're not the truth, okay? When you finally accept the truth, I feel like you're going to be in the storm. Yeah, okay? Justice, Seven of Air, right? And then the Fool. Then you're like, oh yes, okay, I see it now. And you do start to transition. Okay. But that transition comes during the storm, and it's going to create death, right? It almost feels like you made an unconscious choice that was meant to happen. Judgment. But that's how it was meant to happen. Okay, Ace of Wands, Three of Water, right? It was always sort of fated this way, okay? Five of Water on the bottom. And I know that your angels and guides kind of tempted you, Seven of Earth, into this, okay? But it's not happening to you, it's happening for you. Okay? So let's get a little information from the universe here. Okay? Yeah, again, your intention has always been to have the rebirth and get on the right path. Okay? Angel number 22 here. You made a wish for this. Or you're like, I've got a wish, but I don't know what wish to make. But you actually have made a wish. You just are in denial of it. Okay? Again, the Judgment. You have made a choice, right, to magically release and come into a new state. This does send you flying. It does send that masculine horse flying, right, into this state of kind of becoming this beautiful butterfly, right? Like that unexpected, right? Expect the unexpected sort of an energy. Yeah. Okay. Where you feel like the desert is just dry and your path forward is just leading you to nothing. I feel like when you get to the other side of this mirage, you're like, wow, I went through this sort of death, and I get to the other side of this mirage, and wow, look at all that water, and look at all of that growth. It could happen. They're showing me my symbol for 2 weeks, okay? But it will bring you to life, and it's going to bring together something very, very beautiful. You just can't see it now here, okay? Peaks of joy. There is a lot of beauty and joy coming your way, okay? Yeah, you know, all right? You know about this challenge. You planned this challenge, Aquarius energy, to get you from the 11th house to the 12th house in completion and on your way. This was always in your wheelhouse, and maybe that's why you've got the blinders on, is just to keep yourself on the straight and narrow, right? Yeah, there we go again on the bottom. Also, the 11th house, friends. It could be that you are trying to turn a friendship into something more, because these friends are definitely a little more than friends. And it takes you to the 12th house, which is, again, a bit of an escape. Okay, so completing the puzzle lets you escape this sort of burden that you've placed yourself in. All right. So I'm going to head over to Patreon if this is where I leave it. Thank you so much for all of your love, likes, donations, support. Okay, if you're heading to Patreon, I will see you there in just a minute. But wonderful energy, amazing transformation. Much love, Taurus, and I will see you next time. Okay, bye.